So this is the integral of the product of two functions. And how best can we integrate a product of two functions? So for us to integrate a product of two functions, we have to use what we call integration by parts. So there's a formula that we have to use straight away. Here, so what does that mean? It means, as we see here on this problem, we need to let perhaps this function to be x and perhaps this other function to be dv dx. So let's quickly do that and see what we come up with. So here, let u to be x. If you let u to be x straight away, du dx straight away will give us 1. And let's also let's make dv dx, right, to be e to the power of x. So if our dv dx is equivalent to e to the power of x, let's multiply both sides by dx. We can say dv is e to the power of x dx. If we integrate both sides, you can see that v straight away is still e to the power of x. There's no need for us to put a plus constant of integration because we still want to plug the result back and proceed with integration. So yes, this is the value of v. So can you see that within this we now have our u value, which is this one, which is this one. We also now have our dv dx, which is the dv dx that we have here. We now have our du dx, and here is our du dx. We now have our v value, which is exactly we need to plug into our formula. So what will be the next procedure? So the next procedure, we now say the integral of who is u, it's x, right? And who is dv dx, it's e to the power of x dx, is equivalent to who is u, we've already calculated u, it's x, and who is v, we've calculated v, it's e to the power of x, minus the integral of what? Who is v, we've already calculated v, it's e to the power of x, times who is du dx, we've deduced here that du dx is 1 with respect to x. So if we simplify this, by the end of the day we get x times e to the power of x minus the integral of e to the power of x with respect to x, and then by the end of the day we get x times e to the power of x minus what is the integral of e to the power of x with respect to x. Straight away we get e to the power of x plus a constant of integration. Why did I put a constant of integration? Because we're dealing with an indefinite integral. There are no limits here. But if there were limits, like for example, if we're looking at the integral of a certain function, say f of x with respect to x, maybe from a to b, and let's say maybe this f of x is the derivative of f of x. Remember, the integral of the derivative of f of x will give us f of x, right? So we put limits and say from a to b, and then by the end of the day we get f of b minus f of a. This is what we could have done if we were dealing with a definite integral, but since this is an indefinite integral, so yes, this is our final solution. Awesome.